Hello everyone, it's Galindi here and I'm back with a new video. So I'm gonna make a series where I basically go on a drive-thru, order some food, do like a mini mukbang, and then like chit-chat about a certain topic. So I'm gonna go to Tim Hortons right now. I don't really feel like eating anything too heavy. I just want like a warm drink right now because it's like pretty rainy and all that. It's actually my first time ever like going to drive-thru, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna order French vanilla. Because I'm definitely a London fog girly, but I'm not in the mood for London fog today. 뭔가 설레는구만. Hello, can I please get one small French vanilla?
Sure.
And one honey cruller donut, please?
Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Next is the Drive-Thru.
주차를 여기다가 해야겠어요. 아! 뭐야? 괜찮잖아. 할만하잖아. It's really hot, so I'm barely like holding it right now. But it is really good. If you're like not a big coffee fan like me, but if you want to try something like coffee that's like not too bitter, you guys should definitely try French vanilla. I'll try the donut later. I asked you guys through Instagram with the question tab which like topic I should cover. I got a lot of topics like pretty privilege, insecurity, lookism, things like that. But I think it's great to cover on confidence in general because I feel like it could be separated into so many branches. I'm just gonna talk casually like a podcast. You guys can just like listen to it whenever you want. I hope this doesn't sound like a psychology class. I'm just sharing like my experiences and my thoughts about this topic. In order to have self-esteem, you need self-love. But in order to have self-confidence, you need self-esteem. So it's like self-love, self-esteem, confidence. So going really deep into the roots, I feel like self-love is what's really important these days for like whatever you do. Of course, there are barriers of having self-love. I would categorize it into two main things. First is physical, and second is internal. For physical, it could be like your insecurity about your physical appearance, the way you look, the way you dress. Maybe that's your nose, eyes, height, who knows. And then second, internal, is something that's going internally. For example, like you feel like you're not worth doing a certain thing, or you feel like someone's better than you, or you're just not satisfied about your status. I'll talk about the physical appearance first. You know what we call beauty standard today? Beauty standards actually do not exist in my opinion. Like, it shouldn't even be called standards because it was not something that was like signed and published by the government. Like, why is it even called a standard? There is no standard for beauty, guys. It's just thoughts that people made up. But obviously, we do have agreements on who looks better when we compare like different people. But what I want to say is, what you're insecure about is often something that you should be proud of. You don't acknowledge it until someone tells you. So basically, for my own insecurity, I'll just open it up. I used to be really insecure about my ears and my nose. So if you look at my ears, it's like facing the front. You see? So I used to be really insecure about them when I was young because my face was a lot smaller. I was like skinnier. So my ears looked huge. So I actually did not like them at all. So every time before I went to bed, I would like sleep on the sides to make it flat, to make it look a bit smaller like that. That was what I used to do. But you know what? There's a filler that's really trending in Korea right now called elf ears filler. Just like its name, it's basically like you want to make your ears like elf ears. Because if you have these kind of ears, apparently it makes your face look a lot smaller, and when you have it on like high ponytail or whatever, like it looks prettier. That's what people say. So if you go through hashtag like 요정귀 필러 in Korean, there's a lot of people getting that. So I was like, oh my gosh, something I wanted to get rid of, people are getting that right now. They're paying for it. So my second insecurity about my nose was because of the slight bump on my nose bridge. If only I did not have this bump, my nose would have looked a lot prettier. That was what I thought. So I was like scrolling through Twitter like months ago and I saw a post. I think it's like trending in China. People who are getting nose surgery, because they want it to look natural, they ask the doctors to purposely make a slight bump. Because if it looks too like sleek and like smooth, it looks so obvious that you have like plastic or like silicone on your nose. So they want that slight bump to make it look natural. So with my ears and my nose and with everything that I talked about, things are keep changing. I remember people talking about like, oh, you shouldn't have like a bump on your nose. But look at it now. People are getting bump on their nose to make it look natural. Nothing is fixed. These standards, what people call it, is always changing. So I'm Christian. I don't think I verbally like stated this like really obviously in any of my videos, but I'm just saying this because some of the values or beliefs that I mention are derived from my Christianity or like slash my faith. So I just want to say that FYI. But the way I see our body, like human body, you know how car cannot operate and car cannot drive itself without the driver, right? The car has to be operated by you, but the car is not you. The car is not part of you, right? Think about it the same way. I feel like that's how human body works, in my opinion. We're using our body, like this body we have, our flesh, as a car. And I believe that everyone has a soul. Maybe this happened to you sometime, but you know when you look in the mirror and sometimes you think, who's this person in front of me? Like, I did not choose to be born to look like this, right? One day I was born and I look like this. This body I have, sometimes it feels very strange. It's just like a vehicle that we're using. That's just the way I see it. A lot of the times, people say that they love someone, but if you truly think about it, do you really love that person? Like, for example, let's say there's a really nice looking celebrity. So people say, oh, I love him so much. But like you've never spoken to him or you never had like a serious conversation. You never got to know him as a person. You just like them as a celebrity, but you say that you love them. What if they look completely different than the way they look? Can you still say that you love them? I don't know. So I feel like this idea of genuine, authentic love or that feeling of really admiring someone comes from the soul. It comes from what they talk about, what they think of, their brain, their mindset. So yeah, that's my lore. Like, that's my thoughts on number 1, physical. And let's go into number 2, internal. You know, if you think about it as a mind map, even within physical and internal, there's so many branches. But what I mean by internal is maybe you're feeling insecure about your status right now. Like, for example, maybe you're a student and you feel like you're not accomplishing enough compared to other students. They're getting scholarships, you're not. Or maybe you're trying to get a job, you're struggling to get a job, everyone else has a job. Or maybe you have a job, but like your salary or maybe like this company you work at, it seems like someone else is doing better than you. I just believe that there is a plan out there for everyone. And I also believe that there's always a way. It seems like there's just one way, because we're ambitious to go in that one direction. Facing failures makes you grow as a person, and sometimes failure leads to better things. It's obvious to feel devastated when you first face those challenges, but if you remember that there's always a way, and if you remember that you'll grow as a better person, it motivates you. Imagine you're the only person on earth. Do you think you would feel insecure? Because I don't think so. Insecurity comes from comparison. It's always like that. So how do we stop comparing ourselves to others? That's the big point of this video. Physical, internal, academics, job, career, whatever. All comes from comparison, guys. I'll talk about 2 things. One is the effect of media. You have to remember that everything out in the internet has always been filtered or edited in some way. You know, when I sometimes look back at my videos and I go like, oh my gosh, I remember that being one of the worst days of my life, and I'm just like smiling and pretending like nothing is happening. And you can't even tell if you look at the video, but I know because obviously it's my video, right? I remember editing out any spots where you can feel that I'm feeling like devastated or any like statements that I make. and I only put the clips that looks ideal or happy, I would be having such a bad day, and I would still be like, hey guys, it's like Lindy here, we'll talk about this. It's always like that. It's not just for me, everyone else. So you have to remember this idea called sonder. Alright, I'll read it out loud from what's on Google. The profound feeling of realizing that everyone, including strangers passing in the street, have a life as complex as one's own, which they are constantly living despite one's personal lack of awareness of it. This is what I want to say throughout this video. You have to remember that everyone else is going through certain things. Obviously, there are points in our life where we feel like we do not have any like biggest concerns, and you're feeling really like happy and you're not really like dissatisfied about anything particular. But throughout your life, you face a lot of struggles, right? It applies for everyone else. We're just hiding it. We're not showing it off. Even on social media, and even when we're having conversations with other person. That's why people feel insecure and compare themselves, because they feel like they're alone. They feel like everyone else is doing so well, but it's just not working for them. But that's not true. Everyone has faced their own challenges. Maybe they've gone through it already, or maybe they're about to face it, they haven't faced it yet. So if you remember this idea called sonder, it makes you feel a lot better. So the goal for this video was to just communicate the lessons I've learned throughout my life. Feel free to write down your thoughts about this topic or on the certain things that I've said. The reason why I decided to start this series is because I've been managing my YouTube channel for like 7 or 8 years. It's actually crazy. I've been doing it for so long if you think about it. Just as a person who's been doing the same thing for 7 years, I felt like simply just vlogging, doing like get ready with me's, was not genuinely showing me, like myself. So I felt like it would definitely be nice to share certain topics, share certain thoughts. That way I felt like we would become a lot closer, and you guys would be able to get to know about like who I am as an actual person, not just like one of the YouTubers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There was not a lot of mukbang in this video because I'm just not in the mood to like eat something right now. But next time I'll definitely try eating a certain thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any video requests or whatever you want to write down, feel free to comment down. Make sure to subscribe and like as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!